Welcome back. I'm your host, Yusuf. This is the Monarchy movement. This is going to be one hell of a ride. Follow us on this journey on the road to kingship.
Welcome to the Monarchy movement, hosted by Yusuf.
Richy Rich.
What's going on, man?
What a shame, man. I had to call in a fucking favor just to get you on here. Eh?
I knew you were going to say
I
that.
had to, man. You've owed me a goddamn visit for like 4 fucking years.
4
man.
years, just
4
about.
years.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
It's good, man. You know, it's tough to get out of the house, man.
Yeah, you know, married.
Full-time dad, you know.
2 kids.
2 kids.
She's pregnant, by the way. I'm having a second, eh?
No way.
Well, I never told you that.
Out.
I'm excited, man.
That's exciting.
I'm excited, bro.
That's exciting, man.
I hope it's a boy. Everyone's like, "Oh, we have a daughter. It's good." I have no qualms.
You know,
I want a brother for the brother.
the other day I was at Bayshore, and I saw this little girl. She's 3 years old.
Adorable.
Pigtails, right? She's white with the blue crystal eyes.
Nice.
And she's got like a skirt on with the boots. I looked at my wife. I said, thank Jesus I don't have a daughter. Because if I had a daughter, I'd buy half the mall. I'd be destroyed. I'd be in so much debt.
Holy
So I agree
shit.
with you. I agree with
even
you.
with my son, bro, it's the same thing.
I know.
I take him to these little toy sections, bro, and I let him just go buck wild.
It's just,
But the problem is, whatever he touches, I think he likes. I'm like, "Halal, I'll just buy that one." You know what I mean?
yeah, you got to be
And
careful.
then you're like, "Man, how the fuck did I just get to a $200 bill?"
Buddy, you got to be
Every time.
careful. Because then they start to get in the habit of every time I go, I got to buy a toy. I went through that.
Oh man, I gotta
And it was
stop.
hard to break. You got to
Really?
be careful. It's hard to break because they got to learn the value of money, you know?
I gotta stop
Now
that
I
ASAP.
now I give my kid $2 for every book he reads.
How old are they now, by the way?
Oh, they're 8 and 9. If I get this wrong, I'm
Crazy.
screwed. 2015 and 2014.
I hope your wife is listening, man.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, 23, 8 and 9.
Yeah. You had to
8 and 7.
Yeah,
I had
you
to
had
count.
to count that, huh?
Yeah.
Jeez, I was gonna say, I
Screws
hope-
me over, man,
I'm
every
like, I pray
time.
to God your wife is listening. I want you to get in trouble right now.
Yeah, she would expect no less.
I would have been like, edit that part. Don't worry, we got Richie's back.
Listen,
eh?
I get this wrong almost every time. She would expect no less.
I would have had your back, brother. I would have edited that right out. Don't worry, we would have been
Editing out.
safe. Editing out. Yo, it's crazy, man. How long ago did I meet you now?
2010.
Liars.
Yeah, man.
You're lying.
No. And you
2008,
had
9.
bigger hair, huh?
2008, 9.
You had the highlights.
I did. I
You
had,
had the
I had
highlights?
crazy.
Think you're
I
gonna
did.
make fun of me, buddy? You had the highlights.
Cowlick.
You did. Oh,
I
yeah.
did. I had the frosted tips and I had the mullet with the frosted tips.
Yeah. You
I
had the shark, daddy shark, doo doo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had that. Yeah, literally. That's what
You
it
did.
was.
You did.
You can talk all the shit you want. I had the sickest hairstyle for
You
2009.
did. You had the
That
hairstyle,
was a trend set.
and you used to dress like $1 million, bro.
What
And we
happened
sold
now,
phones at a booth.
Yeah, we did,
But
man.
we dressed like we were real estate agents,
Bro, we did better. I swear to God, eh?
It was good. It
That
was
was good times, man. Bayshore Mall.
Yeah,
I worked on the first floor,
I was upstairs.
stuffed in a corner.
Right, Tellus was across the Hallmark.
You see the new one on the 3rd floor? It looks
I
way
know.
better
I know.
now.
Tellus was across the Hallmark, and I went in, and I was working for a Tellus on Maryville.
I still remember the guy's name, Mike, the manager.
Mike was the
I
manager.
still remember that.
Saran was the store manager that
Mhm.
hired me. And yeah, I went in, I got hired, and I met you. I don't remember how I met you, to be
I was
honest.
fishing in the mall, I called it. So I saw you wearing a TELUS uniform, but what I was doing is when it was dead, I used to go around and I used to just try to talk to people. I'd see the kind of phone they were holding.
That's
And
right.
I would try to strike up conversation, and then I'd be like, hey, come see me at T-Booth. I'll get you a better phone.
Man.
And then I would laugh at you guys because you guys are only one carrier.
Yeah.
And we had 5. So I'm
Yeah.
like, no matter what, if you get declined here, I'm getting you over there, bro.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
almost like sea lending, bro.
It
You know,
was
talk subprime, bro. You know
It
what I
was
mean?
unbelievable.
Crazy. And
It
then
was
that's how I met you. I think
unbelievable.
I think I met you at the food court because that's where I used to hang out. I was like a predator. You know what I mean? I probably shouldn't say that, but I was fishing for money. You know what I mean?
Hey, we were
And
in
then
the
I caught you
commission
guys
world.
there. It was a good time, man. Honestly, I really did enjoy the job.
Yeah, we did good. We did good. And then it really got good when I moved to Black's Photography on the bottom floor. And we worked across from each other.
What a stupid setup, eh?
That was a dumb move by me and a stupid setup.
That was a stupid
That was
setup.
a stupid
That didn't
setup.
last long at all.
No, I ended up moving to Windsor.
Because I was going to say, you ran out of Dodge. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At this point, you just ran out of town. You disappeared. I'd never seen
did.
Richie Rich again.
I did. I went to Windsor. The economy had crashed at that time.
Right.
And we owned a family business that was in quality control for automotive. And
Which brand?
what is it?
Which brand?
No, like you got contracts from all Ford, GM, Chrysler, it didn't matter, but everything fell apart. So, you know, dad called home the soldiers.
But what did he used to do though?
You'd sort like, so let's say like, okay, so you know the springs that go on a piston?
Oh yeah.
So we would inspect those springs before they went to the factory. And if there was a faulty one, you would put it aside, right? So all you did was sort all day. But our warehouse was about 8,000 square feet. We had about 70 some odd employees.
70 some odd employees.
Yeah, my dad was like, well, it's not abnormal in Windsor to have that. It's a feeder plant, right? Like there's they build the minivan in Windsor, Ontario.
That's true.
So there's a lot of feeder plants. Like there's plants that, you know, build the cloth on the seat. There's plants that, you know, all that stuff. And it all goes to the main plant and it gets assembled, right? So the main plant for the minivan just assembles the minivan. Everything else is built at different places. So yeah, when my dad lost the business, you know, it was time to move home and see how we were going to recuperate. And
how did he lose the business? It just, there was no more.
There was no work, man. Like you shut down every year in
market?
December and we just never opened. There was the contracts got terminated. They never renewed. And that's it. You closed up shop.
Man, it must have been rough.
Yeah. And like any dad, right? He tried to keep going, but he just couldn't. At one point he ran out of cash, right? So
what did you do after that?
So at that point he decided to retire. And
wow, workaholic retiring. That
he decided to retire.
Wow, that's impressive.
And then so me, my sister, my brother, we had to pick up. I couldn't get a job anywhere in Windsor. There was no jobs.
Rachad was living with you guys at the same time?
Correct. Rachad was about 14. Yeah, about 14. So
holy
he's a
shit,
young
man.
one.
We were what, 18 when we met?
Yeah.
Jeez, this is a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, okay.
I moved to Kitchener.
How were you doing there?
Well, that was the closest place I can find a job with TELUS. This is the only opening
you were
they
still
had.
with TELUS this whole time?
I was. And I moved there. They promised
Did
me
they
a
give
store.
you MVP status for moving? Bro, you're a gypsy.
No.
You literally moved all over the place.
I did.
That's crazy.
I had a good track record, man.
You had
I
an
sold
incredible
the crap out
time.
of their phones, man.
Yeah, well, you know what? They are a good carrier, though. I won't lie.
Yeah,
I am with TELUS till this day.
Are you? Are you? I never actually ever went with TELUS.
Or even with the you guys only get a discount.
Well, like when it was with them, you got a company phone.
Yeah. Well, just bullshit. You don't keep it anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
So, but I mean, after that, I've been with Bell forever. Funny enough,
the Internet Bell 5, amazing.
You can't beat that internet.
I love it. That 1.5 gigs.
Fuck.
Come fucking see me in Warzone, guys. I'll put you right under.
140 frames, bud.
You're crazy, man.
So yeah.
So go by. So anyway, so you lost the business. Dad decided to retire.
Yeah, and then I went to TELUS. I spoke to the district manager in Windsor. I said, "This is my experience." She said, "Look, I don't have room for you here. Let me feel it out." 3 days later, she calls me and says, listen, we've got an opening. It's in Kitchener. I said, fuck it. Kitchener it is.
How far is that from Windsor?
2 hours. It's like here in Montreal. It's nothing crazy.
First of all, anything around 30-minute mark to me is like, I'm traveling by plane.
Okay.
So you told me 2 hours, like it's nothing,
So you need a visa to get to Stittsville.
100%, bro. That's what I'm saying. You've been on my ass to visit. 100%. 4 years in coming, you owe me this goddamn visit.
I like it.
Okay, so yeah, they told you...
So I went there.
They said Kitchener.
They said, listen, you're going to be an assistant manager. You're going to go do the training program for 8 months. And then once there's a store opening, we'll give you a store.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, so they wanted to straight up give you management?
No. So I went there as a shift leader.
Okay.
I was crushing numbers. And then they switched the district managers around. And then next thing I know, my whole world turned around. No more promotion, no more store, no more nothing.
Jeez.
So then I wanted...
Like that, they pulled it under your feet, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Then I wanted the car business. I said, you know what? I want commission.
What a ride.
I want to earn.
What a ride. And then the monster finally was born.
Yeah.
But like Bane from Batman, he was born in the darkness. He was molded into it.
It's a crazy story how I got into the car business.
That's the story I want to hear, man.
So I applied.
So first of all, what made you even do the whole Montreal shift? Because you're a gypsy. You went from Windsor to Ottawa, to Timbuktu,
to Windsor, to Kitchener, to Montreal, to Ottawa.
Okay, so anyways, you end up back to Timbuktu.
I end up back in Windsor.
Okay, Timbuktu.
But I applied. Listen, I applied. Here's the true story, okay? And I hope that the Donnelly Automotive Group is not really going to see this. I'm just kidding, but I've always wanted to sell Mercedes.
Okay, so you're a Benz guy.
Mercedes was the brand. Like to me, Mercedes associates with success, luxury.
Angles.
I had a guy tell me this. He said, BMW is I'm trying to make it, Mercedes is I've been had it. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay. So
they should make a slogan out of that.
yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's actually, it was powerful.
Yeah, man.
So I moved to Windsor. I applied to Nissan. No, I applied to Mercedes in Kitchener. Sorry.
Right.
And the manager said, and he said, listen, you're too young. This is a big behemoth for you. And you've never sold cars before.
Or which one is this?
It was a Mercedes in Kitchener.
No, what was the name of the dealer? I remember you telling me something before about that group. It was a big group.
I don't remember who they were, to be honest. But
it's not Lally's, eh?
No. Lally's is where I got hired.
Okay, I'll let you get to your story.
Yeah, so I said, okay, what do you got? He's like, I got a spot at Nissan. And I looked at him, I'm like, Nissan? I'm not selling Nissan. So I was like, no. So I decline it. I go to Windsor. Long story short, I apply for a Chrysler store. Right. And the guy interviews me. He interviews me 3 times.
Three times for what?
His name was Mike Hogue for sales. I'm going to tell you how I fucked this guy. You watch, okay? Listen to this.
I want to hear that. Holy shit, 3 times? I wouldn't even want the
3
job.
times. I drove from Kitchener back to Windsor, back to Kitchener, back to Windsor doing interviews.
Jeez.
So then he never called me back. He ghosted me.
Wow.
So my dad goes, oh, you want to sell car? Okay. No problem, Baba. I know a guy. He worked for Lally Ford. He's controller. He will get you a job.
What a G, bro. He knew.
I said, Baba, you watched me drive for a fucking week back and forth interviewing at this place. And you mean to tell me you already knew a guy? He's like, yeah, Baba, you have to learn to pave your way. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
That's my man right
I'm like,
there.
what are you teaching me a life lesson when we're struggling? This is not the time. So sorry if I'm too loud for the microphone. Anyway, right, the decibels are a little too high.
We have good equipment over there.
So anyway, I get a job at Lally's, long story short. 2 years go by. I'm doing well. Life is great. My friend gets poached to that same Chrysler store. He goes there, tells them about me, and they call me. And they said, we want to meet with you. I walk into the interview.
Is this the Kitchener store you're talking about? Or no, that's the...
No, I'm back to Windsor. I'm selling cars.
Yeah, you're back to Timbuktu.
2011 in October, I start selling cars at Lally Ford, right? I'm selling. Life is great. I'm doing good. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was in Tilbury. It was in Windsor.
No.
I moved to, and then my buddy gets poached to a Chrysler store in Windsor from Lally Ford. They poached him. They paid him $14,000 to go there.
Wow.
So he tells them about me.
That's a good signing bonus for a sales guy, especially in the car sales. Yeah, it's amazing.
So I get back in, I walk in, and I meet Mike Hogue 2 years later. And he doesn't recognize me. So I said...
Even better.
Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, that was coming.
Buddy. I said, he goes, okay, listen, we got this opportunity. We need a salesman, yada, 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 right? He starts pitching me and all that stuff. And I'm sitting like this. And I said, he's like, so when do you want to start? I said, I'm not moving. He's like, well, what do you mean? You asked me all the right questions. I said, yeah, but I said, you got to give me something. What do you mean? I'm like, I'm not just going to move just to move.
Yeah, literally.
And then he's like, well, what do you want? I said, I want the desk at the door. And he goes, okay, done. What else you want? I said, my bills are around $4,000 a month. So you're going to have to take care of like 3 months of that. Because I got to learn the product, deliver cars.
You asked the genie the second wish. What was the third?
The third one was I needed a car. I needed a demo. And they didn't give salespeople demos.
That's right. Only managers.
Only managers got demos. So he agreed. And then I shook his hand. We signed the paperwork. And then I looked at him. I said, you don't remember me, do you? He's like, no. I said, you motherfucker, you made me drive 3 times from Kitchener.
Yeah.
And you didn't hire me. And he starts laughing. I said, I promise you, give me 45 days and I'm going to be your top salesperson. And my word, June. I started in June.
That's
in June,
a bold statement right off the bat.
I sold 4 cars in June.
Right.
And I sold 27 in July. And then it was 27, 30, 25, 26, 30, 32.
By the way, for people that are listening that don't know this, that's a big number.
That's a massive number.
That's a massive number. Average car sales is what, 8, 10?
8 to 10.
You know
I do want to highlight that it is a high volume store.
No, it doesn't matter. Bro.
It is
Even
a high volume store,
stores. A lot of these guys they're only pushing 8, 10, 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wasn't the top guy though. I was second. There was a kid named fucking Jimmy. I'm not even lying. I swear to God.
Oh, Jimmy,
he was Greek. He was Greek. But he used to work at the plant. So he knew everybody at the plant.
Yeah.
So this guy would sell 5 cars in his sleep, man. He would beat me by like 2 or 3 cars, but
that was crazy.
but it was a good
2-3
experience.
cars is nothing.
It's nothing, but
You know
I mean,
he
Jimmy,
had that little bump. That's
Jimmy was fucking. I remember, bro. In November, this guy took a 2-week vacation, came back, and still beat me. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was a good salesman.
So in other words, you know what? Then you know what? Was he there for a while? So that's the thing. I think you know what car sales. Honestly, the most car salesmen, and I was pretty bad at that too in the beginning. Everybody's a whore.
Oh yeah,
man. I jumped 5 places.
Yeah. It's very normal.
You know what I mean?
Very normal. I can tell you. So we got to talk about how when I moved back to Ottawa.
So you went to Montreal.
I went to Montreal. Long
you were
story
shaking it
short,
rough at that time
because my sister got a job offer. My sister worked for the government. She's CBSA. She got an offer that she couldn't refuse. Yeah. And then so the whole family moved. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm moving too. Yeah. So I ended up, that's how I got into management. I got hired in management. I got fucked around.
This whole time I thought Lally's Ford was in Montreal.
No, Lally's is in Ontario. It's in Windsor.
I never knew.
It's in Windsor.
Because I remember you had an escape from there.
Yeah, I did. I had and in Montreal, I worked for the Gabriel Group, and
I'm guessing that's like a Donnelly.
Yeah, you can say Donnelly's probably a nice guy in front of that guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And
they have no mercy in Montreal, man.
Wow.
It's just a bunch of mafias. Seriously,
it,
they own the city.
I believe it.
The car guys, they own the city. Anyway. Very long 2 years of my life. I drove into Montreal. I had $22,000. I drove out of Montreal. I was 15 grand in debt.
But you know what? That made you a man, that journey.
Oh.
Wow. Because you shook it rough.
Buddy.
You had a hard time.
I stood at that bridge and I remember screaming at the top of my lungs. I didn't have suicidal thoughts or anything.
Yeah.
But I was like, what did I do to deserve this? Like I've been trying to feed for my kids, feed for my wife.
Yeah,
you know
you
what
were
I mean?
married at this time with kids. And they were babies.
And then, but you know what? My father-in-law stepped in and helped me move. He paid for my move to Ottawa.
A legend.
And I moved to
Was he living
Canada.
in Lebanon or is he living?
He felt it. He'd visit every year and he noticed that I was barely making it. So he opened a bank account and put 5 grand in there and he gave me the card and he said, don't borrow from anybody, borrow from me. He said, but remember, what you borrow from me, you have to pay back. I don't care how long it takes, but you have to pay back.
Wow.
And I said, okay. He's like, I'm
this is from Lebanon. They're not making wages like we are here.
No. So he would come every year and he would go to the bank with me and he would check the bank, like all the transactions. And I'd have to explain to him. And I get it now. He was just trying to hold me accountable.
100%.
For, he didn't care. He wouldn't be like, why did you buy this?
Your son-in-law, your married.
He didn't care. But he was trying to hold me accountable and he wanted me to have that money for when I struggled. Because if I spent it carelessly and he didn't ask, it would have been gone.
Yeah, 100%.
But because he was so anal about it, I was careful with it. It made me who I am today.
Or you're scared you're going to catch a quick slipper across the mouth.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. No, he was good to me, man. He was good to me.
That's amazing.
And,
good to hear.
Yeah.
Because your wife's incredible. Obviously, I've met the family.
Yeah. My wife is my rock, man. She was the driving force of moving to Ottawa.
Honestly, I got to admit, man, your wife is super supportive, bro, which is very, especially in today's day and age, it's pretty tough to find. You know what I mean? Like, she chase your dreams. I got your back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She knows, it's funny. Like, it's not the right thing to say, but we know our roles. Does that make sense?
100%.
Like, she knows I respect what she does on a daily basis.
Oh, 100%. It's not easy being a mom.
She's a stay-at-home mom, but
the toughest job, most thankless job.
Yeah, honestly. Like she was saying today, we were joking around and because I dropped the kids off at school and I kept bugging her. I'm like, I'm the one that dropped them off at school. She's like, at least, I was like, I go to work too. I don't tell you about it every day, And she's like, you know what? You have a schedule. You clock out at 5. I don't have a schedule.
I'm on the clock 24/8.
She's like, I don't get a vacation. I was like, I get it. I get it.
I gotta have some.
It's true.
Some innocent fun there, bro. You know what I mean?
For sure. But no, she's definitely, she holds me down for sure. 100%. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for her. And I genuinely mean that.
Man. That's awesome.
I genuinely mean that.
You.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? It's an understanding that we have. And it works out great.
It works, from what I've seen so far, it does absolutely works amazing. And then so you end up leaving Montreal, right? So we
leave Montreal, we move to Ottawa, we're in debt, and then I walk into Hyundai. And I'm looking at the sales guys and I'm looking at you because, you know, you got bigger. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Now?
Yeah, well, yeah, you were
Back
like,
then, I was a little slimmer back then.
yeah, a little.
A lot. I was like 70 pounds slimmer, 300 pounds now, baby.
Listen, it looks good on you. I love it.
I'm losing it now, man.
Listen, you
I'm
actually
down
look
12
really
pounds.
good. I agree. You look really good. I mean, last time I
appreciate it,
saw you was summer.
I appreciate it,
Last
bro.
summer.
I know.
So you look really good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it,
I
man.
think it's
But-
the second baby.
Yeah. But you're right. I was 230 pounds. What a big difference.
Yeah, you were. It was a big
Yeah.
difference. My ADD's kicking in.
That's okay.
Anyway, so
So you walk into this place.
and I see you and I'm looking at you
I'm like, how the
and I'm like, I know this guy. Where did I see this guy? And then you go, Richy from Windsor? And I'm like,
yeah, like that.
how does this guy know me?
I've been tracking your ass.
I know. And then you had to remind me a little bit, but then I remembered.
That
It
was
was
a good
the
moment.
craziest thing
That was
because
a
we were
great-
not on Facebook.
And
Nothing.
we used to chill, bro. I used to come by your apartment. We used to smoke shisha.
Yeah,
So that was a good friend. You're a piece of shit. You don't come by. You know, I had to call this favor, bro. It's
You
almost
were always
I
the
had
one
to
to come
pull
over.
a card. You know what
I'm
I
a
mean?
homebody, bro.
I don't blame you. Honestly, you know what's crazy, bro? I used to be out every day.
Yeah,
I could not be home for the life of me. If I wanted to be home, I'd be going nuts. Now, I'm dying to try to get out of the house because I'm like, I'm too much of a homebody.
I'm bad.
Crazy.
I'm bad, and like my anxiety didn't help, but I'm recently got put on anxiety meds, which were like the most amazing thing I've ever done because it's
Really?
allowed me to like focus. It's
Really?
slowed down my panic attacks. Like, man, it's been
I never
2
even
months.
knew you had panic attacks.
I had major panic
Why?
attacks. I don't know.
Just-
I couldn't explain it.
You think it was stress?
Traveling would give me major anxiety to the point where it got in the way of my life.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Like
You know,
me coming here would have given me a panic attack.
No way.
Dead ass. Yeah. But you know, those pills, man, that they gave me, like they
I don't
just
love
calm
drugs.
you down, man.
I don't love drugs.
Oh my God.
I'm a
I
big.
feel higher than a motherfucker 24/7. No, it's not that bad.
I'm a huge fan of Advil, bro. You know what's crazy?
No, I'm a huge fan
I'm
of
telling
Advil.
you,
I can't do
I'm
Advil.
tough as nails, bro. But two things I literally cower to. I can't take it. Is headaches
Really?
and nausea. Bro, I'm like a fucking baby.
Pepto-Bismol.
I
and
swear
that's
to
just
bro,
shit.
I'm telling you,
You guzzle that shit.
man, there was bro, I'm telling you, there was a time my head would be split open. I'm telling you, no joke. I'd be working roofing. I fell off the fucking roof.
Oh my goodness.
Broke my ribs and I was still working. If I had a headache, I'd be in that fucking bed sleeping with the Advil right away, bro. I can't take it.
I'm fortunate, man. I get tiny headaches, 2 pills of Tylenol, half an hour, gone.
Migraines, bro. I don't know why I get migraines, but it's you have to puke it out for you to feel a relief. As soon as I
Really?
get, because you're pukey, your head's pounding. It feels like, you know,
Oh, wow.
Donkey Kong sitting there thunderclapping you the whole
Holy
time.
shit, bro.
It's just crazy, man. But as soon as you puke, oh man,
Really?
beautiful sense.
No,
of relief.
the only thing I experienced is the anxiety. And it's funny because I've always had it. I never knew what it was until 2 months ago. I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm tired.
That's crazy.
Like,
man.
I want to go out. I want to travel. I want to do things with my kids. I don't want my kids to have what I have. Bro, I can go to Montreal halfway through, turn around and come back.
No way.
Oh, yeah. So I went to the doctor.
You're
and
lucky
he
you can do
said,
that. Just pass out on the road or be in a ditch. You know
oh
what I
my
mean?
goodness, man.
You'd have to come pick me up.
It was crazy, man. So you know what? These pills are good, man. It's good. It's good. I'm happy. I feel way better, man. Like I can do things,
Awesome,
you know,
man.
like it's just great, man. I should have been on
That's
those pills
awesome.
long ago.
It's crazy because when I've talked to a lot of guys that I know that have anxiety, they said it was from overthinking.
It is.
And then when you overthink and you're thinking too much in the future,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? You start getting anxiety. I don't know. Is that something? you were-
Absolutely. What if I pass out? How am I going to look? I'm going to look retarded, right? I'm going to
No
stupid.
way.
You know, like imagine that's what you start to think. Like I'd be driving here in a scenario and I'd be like, you know, we're filming. What if I get dizzy? And then now all of a
That's
sudden in
exhausting,
front of my
bro.
friend, I'm passing out. Now you got to call the ambulance. Now I look stupid. Now my wife is worried. That's what you think.
Wow.
And it's like, you can't stop it. You can't, and I don't know where it comes
Isn't
from.
that exhausting?
It is. That's why I was like, I'm done. I'm
Good
done.
for you, man.
You know,
Put your
like,
foot down, take control back of your life.
I'm going to the doctor, and you know me, I'm a happy guy, bro. Like I love my
100%.
life.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like I'm a happy guy, bro. I'm high energy. I love my life, you know?
I know you're on Twitch. You're enjoying yourself there.
It is, yeah.
We'll get to the Twitch in a second.
Yes.
But man, you got fucking screwed over at Myers Hyundai, bro. They did not honor shit.
No, they didn't.
They didn't honor nothing.
They didn't, but you know, it is what it is, right? It's the business. You know, I have nothing but respect for them.
Do you?
Yeah. You know what? They run a tight ship. It's a lot different from when I went there the first time.
Is it?
You know, yeah. They got their CEO now. They've more structured it. I have respect for them.
That's good.
I've matured, bro. Like honestly, like I've matured and I understand that the moving around I did was not always because of the company. It was kind of had to do with me too.
Oh.
You know, and it had to do with my anxiety. It had to do with I'm learning a lot about myself.
You know, it's crazy because nobody would have been able to tell that you had anxiety since you were like a cold call king.
Yeah, like right? Yeah. I'm a happy guy. I'm high
it
energy.
takes balls to cold call.
Yeah. I know. That stuff doesn't give me anxiety. Bro, I could talk in front of a crowd of 1,000 people. It does not bother me.
Crazy.
I don't get nervous. But I can travel to the fucking bathroom and I'll have a panic attack.
That's crazy, man.
It's nuts.
That's crazy.
But you know
it's
what?
good. You took accountability saying that, you know, you are part of the problem.
I'm learning a lot about myself, man. If I'm not challenged, bro, I get bored.
The fuck.
I have to be challenged all the time and move
fact.
forward. I got to go home and be like, what's next? And if I don't got an answer to that, I don't want to be there.
That's awesome.
And that's great for ambition and whatnot. But sometimes you got to learn to be patient. And
they say patience is power. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
you know what I mean? And then, so I'm learning that about myself, you know?
I'm impatient as shit. So I
know you are. You're actually, you're a hothead.
Super impatient.
Yeah, but you know, like, but look
So
at you, man.
you.
You've come a long way, you know? Like you were patient. You were patient in your business. You know, you were patient in
as weird as this sounds, when there's the actual big problems arise,
yeah,
that's when I'm most rational.
Right?
When the petty problems arise,
it's when you get pissed off.
I'm like a gargoyle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you learn to be patient as a businessman. And that's what I'm learning about myself as of last year, which is why like I'm happy where I am with the Donnelly Automotive Group. They're a fantastic group. And I honestly mean that. This is probably the best company I have ever worked for.
Really?
Legitimately.
Because I got to say, I loved Tony Graham Toyota when I was there.
Tony Graham's has a really good reputation.
I loved it, man.
They have a really good reputation. Awesome. But yeah, no, and you know what's funny? Funny story. My E-Block rep was telling me that he had a dream that Tony Graham and Donnelly Automotive merged because they run their companies very similarly.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, funny story. I had a dream that you guys merged with Tony Graham. He's like, the way the dealerships operate.
I'd have been like, fuck,
very
you're that
similar.
obsessed. He's either that obsessed with his job or man, he's always thinking about a high pressure.
Honestly, though, like you deal with suppliers, and you know a supplier rep can make or break your relationship.
100%.
And this guy, honestly, is probably one of the best reps I've ever worked with.
Really?
This guy's a walking commercial for E-Block.
E-Block is huge.
Huge. And he loves it. And he works from
That's the guy you want.
He works from right here.
That's
Bro,
amazing.
there's never a time I made a phone call to this guy that he didn't have a solution.
Really?
If it was a bad problem, he'd be like, I'm on my way. Sit in my dealership.
That's the guy you want to deal with. 100%.
This guy went to the licensing bureau for me.
No way.
Buddy, I'm telling you. Hands down. And that makes her, you know, if we're going to talk about business, that's the difference between Trade Rev and E-Block. Honestly, Trade Rev, zero customer service, in my opinion. It's my opinion. And I'm speaking based on my area, right? They could have an amazing rep. They could have an Andrew, the E-Block rep in a different region. So I'm not going to take that away from.
Just brought up Andrew.
Right?
Jeez.
So.
Okay. What a mess.
Why? You know him?
Andrew?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the red hair guy that was the manager at yeah, it's the same guy.
Yeah. Andrew's a good guy, man.
No, but I said what a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? What a mess. What do you mean?
We'll leave him for now.
Okay. Anyway, he's a solid E-Block rep. He's probably one of the best I've worked with, honestly.
Oh no, man. I thought you were talking about the used car manager.
No.
At Myers. Do you remember what I'm talking about? There was Dan and there's
no, man. No.
I thought you were talking about him and that's why I said red hair.
Guy? I have no idea.
What a lucky guess. I said red hair. You're like, yeah. I'm like,
yeah,
wow.
but he does. They both have red hair.
I know. I'm saying, what a lucky guess. Because he was a shit show, bro.
Yeah, but you know, it's funny. But I thought you were talking about the same person because Andrew at one point worked for Tony Graham's.
That's crazy.
But that was back in the day. Yeah. Anyway, so fundamentally, man, customer service is a big thing, right?
That's what people buy.
Yeah. Experience, right?
That's all about the
experience. And you know what, man? I've been in this business long enough where if I'm giving you 50 to 60 wholesale cars a month, yeah, you got to bend over backwards.
It's a big number.
Absolutely. Because when you call my number, I'm going to step the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, when you call me at the end of the month and you go, I'm 10 cars short, I'm going to run 10 cars for you and cut everybody else out. But when I call you and I tell you I got a problem,
Scratch my back.
you got to drop the phone and fucking show up. And that's a relationship, right?
Yeah. A lot of people don't know how to do that. They don't understand that. They think it's one way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's why a lot of them don't work.
And that's probably why you choose a certain supplier over another or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Because you probably got a good relationship, quality of the product, right?
I won't lie. A big thing for me is how you treat my team.
Right?
Like the other day, literally the other day, there's a company called ADEX. We do stucco for another company. I don't want to name the companies,
right?
Like the actual customer. But anyways, they're one of their big clients.
Fucking Napoleon Dynamite with my... Anyway.
You look fresh.
I look like Napoleon Dynamite with my white socks. We're going to edit that out. My white socks?
We're going to leave it in, AJ. So anyways, the name of the supply company is called ADEX. They do stucco, right? Mm-hmm. And we deal with Durock. Durock is a more superior product. Mm-hmm. But when I say deal with my team, we don't have an account with ADEX because we don't deal with them. Mm-hmm. But their builder plan specs for that. Mm-hmm. So no problem. Let's call them, get some pricing so we can get this thing rolling, right? Mm-hmm. So anyways, the girls call and they deal with the sales guy. His name is Vincent. Mm-hmm. And anyways, he was just being a total piece of shit to them.
Oh, fuck, man. That's my pet peeve.
So anyways, I'm like, you want to be a piece of shit to my staff? Eh? No problem. Yeah, I'm the big boy on the block now. You know what I mean? Now you want to get the CEO involved? You want to talk shit to my team, make them uncomfortable. You want to berate them, belittle them. I don't know who you think you are. That's not how you do business. Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what? I'm going to teach them a lesson. So instead, what did I do? I went to that customer of ours that we're doing the work for as it's a big customer for them. Mm-hmm. What did I do? I said, no problem. You guys want to be pieces of shit and treat my team like that? You want to treat them like they're lesser than you? No problem. What am I going to do? I'm going to go take my skills, flip that customer. And then what did I do? I put them on Durock. Call their head office. Let me talk to the big boss. This is the guy's name, Vincent. Go check him out. Do you know this customer? Yeah, I do. He's not your customer anymore. That's what you get for treating people like pieces of shit.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? No, yeah, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable.
But what do you think about your team there?
My team at Donnelly?
Yeah, because you're the manager.
They're good. They're good people, man. They're good people. We got a good young team now. There's a lot of turning around to do at that place when we first got there. It's been 2 years now. And now we're jiving, man. Like we're rolling. We've got, man, we have guys in there. We've got so much talent in there, and I'm excited to see this year, man. And it's been a struggle in the used car market. It's been a big struggle. We've seen a drop in the market, massive drop
in terms of pricing or inventory?
Prices. Massive drop in prices.
It's insane, the prices. I couldn't believe it. What the fuck? A 2018 Camry was $32,000. It's brand new. It's $38,000.
Yeah.
How is a 5-year-old car almost $100,000?
It was nuts. It became stupid.
Inventory.
And inventory was low. Oh. Inventory's still low, but interest rates went up. So prices went down because everybody stopped buying. Yeah, everybody stopped buying cars. So we took a massive pill like everybody else around the city. And, you know, we damage controlled as best to our ability. And I think we did it right. If I go back and I had to like deal with the situation again as a used car manager, and I have a lot of respect for my general manager, because honestly, like, it didn't matter how long you've been in the business. Nobody's gone through this. Nobody has seen the uptick of used car prices so high and a drop in 30 days of like 40%. It was nuts.
I believe it, man.
And
it was unprecedented times, this whole COVID thing.
Unbelievable, man.
Nobody's seen it.
So we went from 170 used cars to down to 30.
Wow.
Because I had to stop buying. Auction prices were ridiculously high, but retail was, you can retail.
What bastards? And they only tried to give me $9,000 for my car, eh?
Yeah.
Bastards. Now what do they give me? Like 2.5?
Probably 3.
And a Subway sandwich?
Yeah, probably. That's like crazy. I'm telling you, it's nuts, man. It's nuts. And it's calmed down, but the interest rates are still high. No. You're talking 8.99, 9.99 right now. That's the rate we gave flakes. I'm sorry, man. If you had bad credit.
Yeah, literally.
That was the rate.
Subprime.
Subprime now is like 17%, bro.
That's wild. Who buys that, man? That's insane. That if it's a $15,000 car, your interest is more than the $15,000 car.
When you don't have a choice and you got to get to work, man, what are you going to do?
OC Transport, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on the red and white limo at that point.
The new The new LRT?
Yeah, the joke of the city.
Not much of a choice.
Yeah.
Good job, Ottawa.
Literally, man. Good job. But that's crazy. So you know what? Now that you're obviously you ventured into something different, right?
So yeah,
So how did that transition go into mortgage brokering?
You know, man,
Like it was so random. I don't know.
It was
phone,
extremely fucking random.
Because you're doing your YouTube channel.
I'll tell you what. Okay, here's what the world needs to know about me. Every winter, I choose something to learn. And I challenge myself. I go, like 2-3 winters ago, I learned how to trade penny stocks.
Nice. Better than most people. You know what I mean? That's the hibernation season.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just going to learn it. I start researching it. I buy a course. I do something.
Yeah.
The year before that, I learned how to do drop shipping. I built Shopify stores. I learned how to advertise on Facebook, all that mumbo jumbo.
Speaking of Shopify stores, do you think, how you see a lot of TikTok influencers are always saying, hey, sign up to my course. I'll show you how to do drop shipping and FBA. Do you, when you were doing it, I don't know how long you were doing it for.
I did for about a year.
Did you see any of these numbers that they talk about, $1 million in revenue, 500,000, that it wasn't as easy, was it extremely difficult? Because I feel like a lot of the times these guys are just selling bogus. You know what I mean? I'm not sure because I've never done it myself.
So look.
So what do you think?
Drop shipping is a business model. Okay.
Yeah.
If you were to start a clothing brand, that's how you would start. But you have to eventually build it into a brand.
Right.
The problem is people got into drop shipping and thought that was a sustainable business model. It's not. Your margins are very tight. It's a good way to start and have the lowest overhead possible. Right. So if you wanted to start a clothing brand, you're not going to go out and dump 10 grand and start buying all kinds of sizes of pants and shirts.
So what did you
do? Drop shipping. Right? But your margins are a lot smaller. Now, once your brand caught traction, then you would eventually start to order in bulk and private label and blah, 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 and so on and so forth.
Right.
So these big gurus that you've seen online that do drop shipping, yeah, they did very well, but most of them got lucky and hit one product and made thousands and thousands of dollars. But then they built a course around it, and that's what became sustainable.
And then now that's their whole business. Now is literally just telling people how to do it.
Now, did I make money in drop shipping? Absolutely, I did.
Did you?
I did.
That's awesome.
Did I make thousands and thousands? No.
Okay.
No. It's not enough to do it full time. It was good, fun, petty money.
So I hit it and quit it, and then you're out of there.
Like my biggest successful product was a dog bowl.
I can see how that's successful.
And then the dog bowl was actually pretty damn unique. It had like a sphere over it, and it wouldn't spill the water. So you could put it in the car and drive over a bump, like a speed bump, and the bowl wouldn't spill.
And tons of people have pets. They eat that shit up. They love that stuff.
If you've ever owned a dog, I haven't, but if you've ever owned a dog, when they stick their heads in the water bowl, water drips everywhere. So this bowl had a sphere and 4 holes. So only a little bit of water came out. So they didn't spill everywhere. So I would sell about $800 a day worth of that dog bowl.
But what's the margins? 10, 20%?
No, not even.
Really?
Not even.
Wow.
Because your ads, your Facebook ads is what ate that margin. So I would buy the bowl for $12. I'd sell it for $24. And my cost per conversion was around $8. So I'd end up with $2 a bowl.
That's insane.
For myself.
Wow.
It was fun, a lot of work. But the idea was that if I had all these dog bowls sold, and then what would happen is because you'd put all these products for animals around it on the store, people would order the dog bowl and then order something else with it.
No, you're upselling.
Now your cost per cart, your average sale was higher. And that's where you made money.
Well, realistically, if you actually wanted to delve more into it, you probably could have got your costs lowered, maybe find a better supplier.
Or order in bulk and start shipping out of my house.
100%.
And that's when you private label. Yeah. So that's where your margins can go from 2 to 5 to 10 to 20, right? Yeah. And you just go on and on and on. But that's where people don't move on. Why? Because these gurus sell you the chasing the dream of you're going to find the next product, and you just constantly got to find the next product.
It's almost like a pyramid scheme, man.
Well, like you'll find yourself
the ACN.
Bro, you're building 5 stores a week because you're just trying to find the next product. You're just trying to find the next product.
But once you hit it,
you hit it big.
Hit it big.
Now, what I decided to do is as soon as my store started doing well, I'd sell it.
Oh, people would actually buy the store, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's how I made my money, man.
Really?
I sold that pet store. I sold it for $4,500 US.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was my only good venture in the year. That was like my only really profitable venture.
At least
in
you
a
did
year.
something, right?
Right. But I learned a lot, man. I learned a skill that
sure.
I have till today, man. How to do Facebook
awesome.
ads.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Which is, well, now that so you ventured off into mortgage brokering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm able to generate my own leads.
Where were you thinking though?
So
where
again,
was your mind to think I'm going to be doing mortgage broker?
I was like, I'm going to learn I want to get my mortgage license. I looked into it. I was like, man, it's $250 to get licensed. I'm like, this is the cheapest license. It's cheaper than OMVIC, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
So my wife's like, okay, do it. I'm like, they take part-time. You don't have a boss. The broker can care less if you do a mortgage or 10 in a year. He doesn't care. You don't cost him anything.
Yeah. There's no overhead cost.
There's no overhead cost. He didn't give a shit.
You perform, you don't.
You perform, exactly. So I was like, this is perfect. It's a good side hustle. Buddy, I was like, I'm lucky if I sell 2 mortgages a year. And then I did the test. I passed. I paid $800 to become a part of the their board or whatever. Yeah. And I've done 7 mortgages and 5 private loans in 1 year.
Nice.
Yeah. Blew me away, bro. I was like,
that's incredible.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how many people call you and be like, hey, I heard you do mortgages. And you're like,
do 10, 15 more of those. You're out of the car business, eh?
You would think. But the funny part is like, I'm not going to say that never crossed my mind. Of course it did, man. Because every mortgage you're making $3-4 grand. You're like, this is fucking nice. You know what I mean?
Cut that out, Jay.
You know?
Don't let them know the sauce.
Don't let anybody know the sauce. But you're like, I'm enjoying it because I don't have stress. It's not my living money. You know what I mean? So if somebody calls me, they call me. If they don't, they don't.
No, which is amazing.
If you want to deal with me, you deal with me. If you don't, okay.
Which is amazing.
You know what I mean? So
that freedom of self-employment, man. It's a pain in the ass to build.
That part of it is what's like, oh, should I go full-time? Yeah. Then I own my time. And like if I did 7 part-time, working 1 day a week, how many more am I going to do, You don't
own nothing. In the beginning of owning your own business, man, you're a slave to it.
100%.
Until you finally grow the shit out of it. And then 100%. After that, you can start owning something your own time.
The fun part, the reason why I'm having fun with mortgages is because I don't stress about it.
100%.
Because I don't pay the bills from it.
100%.
So I'm like, I don't want to fix something that's not broken.
Well, listen, that's very impressive because a lot of the guys that I know, since actually I deal with a lot of realtors.
Yeah.
Obviously in my industry, right? I do, roofing, siding, insulation.
Yeah.
So lots and lots of realtors, obviously, who are their best friends? Their go-tos are the mortgages.
100%.
Realistically, no realtor's going to talk to anybody unless they have a pre-approval. Who they want to go see for a pre-approval, go see Richy Rich.
Yeah.
Right?
Hashtag plug-in.
Yeah. But for the amount of deals that you did for a first timer,
it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
I'm not even boasting about it. I was shocked when I saw the year-end statement come through. I was like, man, like the amount of people that called me because I post about it on Facebook.
Man, you're proactive. You're not just, everybody thinks it's easy until they don't know the back end work you're putting into this though.
Yeah. Like I'm every minute that I'm not in the car world, I'm working a mortgage. I'm working, I'm connecting, I'm dropping. Yeah. Like I'm dropping posts. Like I just did a story right before we started that was on my mortgage page. Right.
Good.
You know what I mean? So it's been fun. And that's why like part of me says, I don't want to ruin anything that's not broken. I love it. I fucking love it. I'm 100%. Having so much fun with it
100%.
And I don't want to ruin it.
Good.
So.
And listen, at the end of the day, you know what? Even when I was in the car world, I learned a lot off you. You know what I mean? I want to say I'm an incredible salesperson for the amount of achievements I've had on a lifetime, whatever, but you're fucking top notch.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? So for anybody to be dealing with you, man, you're very thorough. You're very proactive. You know what I mean?
Like you have
I put my we're gonna call it the Frank.
Smooth.
We're gonna call it the Frank stamp at this point, bro. We're gonna
my
Frank
guy.
Stamp of approval.
You are smooth.
You're killing me, man.
And I'll tell you what your biggest talent is. Your biggest talent is you know how to make somebody feel comfortable, and you make everybody you deal with feel like you're their best friend. And that is a natural gift that you have that cannot be taught or replicated. It's just this natural gift.
It's a blessing from God, man.
It definitely is. Honestly,
but I'm honestly, I love that you said that. But just to add on top of that, I'm actually genuine though.
You are.
You know what I mean? I love to hear a person's story. If I can be there for him, I'll be there for him.
You are. You care. You have a lot of care. You and I went through a lot, man.
I know.
People don't know.
I know.
Well, we went through a lot.
100%, man. It's like wearing your heart on your sleeve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I've done it way too many times.
Good people run into good people.
You know what? I wouldn't change it for the world, bro.
Isn't that crazy?
You know what I mean? Like, no matter how many times I've been stabbed in the back, like my back looks disgusting, metaphorically. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
man.
you know
But it's
what?
those
I'm not going to
bruises
change myself.
that make you who you are.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The only thing is I'm more aware. But yeah, if I got your back, man, I got your back. I'm sorry.
Let
I
me
always
tell
had a
you
big heart.
a quote that I heard from Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry's a G.
He said, some people are meant to be in your life for a season.
That's right.
Isn't that crazy?
That's right.
It's so true.
Yeah, he was on that stage. We're watching the same motivation, eh? There you go, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And then
So Twitch.
I'll tell you how I got into Twitch.
You know what I mean?
So Twitch was during COVID. During COVID, I said, I'm going to stream and I'm going to raise money for COVID.
Yeah.
And I
You're
would
going to raise money for COVID?
Yeah, I'm going to raise money and like donate it to hospitals to help with supplies and shit. And I thought it was as easy as you hit the go live button and people are just going to flow it and start donating money.
Yeah,
okay?
because Trudeau hasn't taken enough of theirs. You know what I mean?
Not a chance, buddy. I'll tell you, I hit that live button for hours and I'd have nobody, zero viewer. Bro, I have 3 iPads at home, okay? Each one of them would be signed in.
Yeah.
Okay, just to make it look like I got viewers, you know?
I'm telling you, I had 5 viewers, 4 of them were me. You know
It was
what I mean?
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So then, and my nickname was The Situation from Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore, yeah.
I thought that guy was an idiot. So,
I never watched it much, I can tell you.
you know what? He was an idiot. Anyway.
I'll take your word. So anyways, yeah. So
I shut it down. I said, fuck it. It's not working. Nobody's watching me.
Yeah,
Nobody's donating.
Yeah,
I've spent so much money on this. It's
you
not
already
working.
spent money on that?
Yeah, man. Well, you know, like I got
custom,
gear.
okay.
Overlays, and I got like the microphones and all that bullshit.
That's right.
And then my son has autism, my oldest son.
God bless him.
And thank you. And my son walks and talks like he's a YouTube channel. It's the funniest thing you'll ever. It's hilarious. Okay, his teacher was over today. She's like, he just narrates a YouTube. He lives in a YouTube channel.
You know, Richy Rich is special when they got fucking teacher visits and just hanging out with the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, well, she likes meat pies, and we invited her over for meat pies.
Fucking, you're such a networker.
She did not know it was store bought.
Anyway,
that was the Lebanese way to do it. What do you mean? My wife made these.
100% homemade. What are you talking about?
So he walks like, you know, hey guys, this is Habib talking like, hey guys, make sure you hit the subscribe, like button. He's talking to nobody. So I said, I'm going to get back into this Twitch thing, but this time I'm going to log in and I'm going to observe a Twitch streamer that's got about 50 viewers.
Okay.
And I want to see what he's doing. And maybe I'll learn why my Twitch channel didn't do well. And I've always had this dream of like, look, I'm not boasting. Like, alhamdulillah, I'm doing very well for myself.
100%.
Okay, I work my ass off for it. I can donate money, but what I can't donate is my time.
100%.
My time is more valuable to me.
Most expensive currency.
Right? Because I can't be with my family, with my kids, or at work if I'm twitching.
That's right.
Right? So I said, I'm going to donate my time, and all proceeds of my channel are going to go 100% to charity. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a charity every month, and the viewers can pick the charity with me, and we're going to donate everything to that charity.
Nice.
So I said, I'm going to start by observing a Twitch streamer and see how he does it. I log into a guy named Papa Clutch. Okay. He reads my name, which is Rubber Ducky 613, and he goes, you're in Ottawa. I said, yeah. He's like, I'm in Kemptville.
Nice.
I was like, oh shit. And we start talking, right? Like in his chat, 50 to 70 people in there. It's nuts. So we're talking, and he's like, do you stream? I'm like, now, biggest rule of streaming is you never self-promote. Right? You get kicked out right away.
So hold on, is that a Twitch thing? Like
a Twitch thing.
Bot kicks you out?
No, like,
or
the streamer, it's disrespectful,
okay.
you know?
100%.
So he's like, man, it's okay to talk about your stream in my stream. Like, I support streamers.
Nice guy.
So I was like, damn. And you need 50 followers and an average of 3 viewers over the time span of 30 hours to make affiliate to start making money. Which is hard, very hard to do.
Extremely hard to do.
So he said, I'm going to get you affiliate and we're going to do it in 2 weeks. And I said, okay. He's like, when's your first stream? I said, it's going to be in 2 days. I'm gearing up. The whole point of me coming in here was to watch you and observe you. And we're typing in the chat and he's talking. He's like, okay, I'll be there at your stream. I was like, this guy's not going to show up. Bro, he raids me on my first stream with 70 people.
No way.
He brings in his entire channel into my channel.
Really?
Which was nuts, right? So, you know, my 50 followers in one day, because he raids me with like 70 people. He's telling everybody about me.
Man.
Boom, boom, boom. They follow me. I enter his Discord server. it just uphill from there, buddy.
That's
I
amazing.
became like so popular in that community. Everybody was trying to catch my streams. Like yesterday, I was playing Warzone, bro, and I had 12 people watching me, a max of 18.
That's crazy.
Like, so the whole point was to get Habib to stream because I wanted him to talk. He's got a speech problem and that helps him talk.
Right.
So he streams Sunday mornings with me.
That's amazing.
That's
man.
really cool.
That's awesome. Good for you, bro.
And last month we raised $500 for the Ronald McDonald House.
By the way, if nobody understands $500 in the beginning of a Twitch,
Like month
that's
2.
literally incredible.
It was, man. It was. We did a hot chicken wing challenge.
Nice.
And that was, so what we did was we went and bought 4 hot sauces and it got spicier and spicier.
Yeah.
So when we got like, you know,
Hot
X amount of
ones.
money donated, we'd move up to a like a hotter sauce.
Yeah.
And then it just kept going.
You're
So-
imitating hot ones.
Yeah.
A little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
I
So
like
that was cool.
that Sean Evans guy.
Yeah, that guy's that show's funny. So I don't know what I'm gonna do this month. We'll see.
Hey man, good for you. You know what? Before I always wanted to do a podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at some point I did want to do Twitch because I'm like, you know what? I have a crazy story.
Mm-hmm.
And you already know the story. A lot of my story I'll never say. I'll never put out there. You know what I mean? But I lived a very long life for a 32-year-old. You know what I mean? And
You know what? You've been through a lot. Absolutely.
and I said, you know what? I always wanted, because like you said, you know what? If I have this one knock at things as being people's friend or whatever, I genuinely like being there and try to actually be a force of good.
You like
So-
hearing their story.
I don't like it. I love it. Like I love talking to people. You know what I mean? So I said, you know what? I wanted to do Twitch. So I said, you know what? I love gaming anyways. You know what I mean? I was that one guy, low key, you'd never understand how this guy was a gamer and anime head, but he was the way he was. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
It was the best. So I did Twitch. I signed up. I did the whole overlay shit. I got the Fiverr, dude. I spent $1,000 on that goddamn overlay. It looked incredible,
shit,
man.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Dante Sigliano, don't follow it. I ain't on it. You know?
That's crazy.
But,
It's hard.
but hold on, for Rubber Ducky 613. That's what yours is, eh?
Yeah.
Whoever's listening, go follow Rubber Ducky 613.
Everyone's like, how'd you get that name? Bro, we were talking like truckers at work and we were doing snow. And my buddy was in the plow.
Exactly.
And he calls me. He's like, and I forget what he said, but he goes, Rubber Ducky, you know, this is blah, blah, right? And he's like, are the troops ready? And I was like, Rubber Ducky. I was on the floor, bro.
That's
I was like, that's a
amazing, man.
hilarious name, right? So I go home and I change my COD name to Rubber Ducky.
Rubber Ducky.
And it
What
stuck.
was it before, actually?
It was the
Because
situation.
The situation.
But you know what's funny,
No,
man?
it was something different before that. 'Cause I used to play with you.
Yeah, the situation.
Was
the
that was the
sitch.
situation? There you go. That's what it stood for. The situation.
The situation.
I don't know that one.
What's funny is Rubber Ducky, I now answer to Ducky. Like if somebody says Ducky, I now answer to it. Because everybody on Twitch calls me Ducky, right?
That's crazy.
Funny enough, I actually canceled my stream tonight to be here. I just want you to know that.
I love you, man.
I love you too, man.
I don't feel bad at all.
Don't.
You've
'Cause there would have
literally owed
been
me
3
this.
viewers.
Holy shit, you've owed me this, man. How many house call visits? I'm busy. At this point, what are you, a grandparent? God damn it, man.
I know,
Can't
man.
get you out of the house, bro. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
you know the car business. You're there all the time.
I know.
And then the mortgages. And then I stream 3 days a week. It's like, fuck, I can't wait for the summer.
You know what's crazy? You're still in the business, but when people used to be like, oh my God, I work 9 to 5, I'm like, that's it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, we've been here since 8:30. We're not gonna, there's so many times we'd have a deal. We're there till 10:30, bro.
Remember the one day we were there till 10 o'clock and the guy didn't buy?
That was a piss off.
You were so mad.
Listen to everybody. Don't ever fucking do that, man. Especially if you got a car sales guy being there for 12 hours.
Yeah.
And you're going to waste his time and he's
Yeah.
past hours now.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
A lot of
man.
people don't understand what salespeople go through. You know what the biggest challenge is in the car business? Is that we're honest and people think we're lying.
Yeah. No, generally you're honest. That's a fucking
But
lie,
I teach
bro.
my salespeople to be honest.
You know what? I'm throwing Donnelly under the bus.
You know what?
When I went to Tony Graham Toyota,
Yeah.
I took the shady tactics. They actually would. I remember there was a time. First of all, $9,000 on the back end was being nice. Are you fucked? A regular fucking finance manager, if he was lucky, he'd put $4,000 in the back end.
Yeah.
9 is being nice.
Yeah. $3,000
They
average
used
is
to
high.
rip people off, and the crazy part is I would tell them. And in the end of the day, you know, I'm loud and proud, man. I'm Muslim. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I don't want to be dishonest because I always believe in the three things. I believe there was three things I've always lived by: be honest, be genuine, be honorable.
Yeah, 100%.
So I didn't have to lie. You know what I mean? There's a difference between being persuasive and manipulative.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So, anyways, in Donnelly, bro, I swear to God, I shit you not, they would literally tell you, no, you have to go jam him. And you're like, bro, I have a deal. Jam him. And if you didn't jam him, they were gonna come jam him. And
That's crazy.
And then where's your house deals, bro? You know what I mean? You lose your house deals. You lose all that shit. You know how it is, man. There's favoritism in the dealership. People don't know that.
100%.
1,000,000,000%, man. The first of all, they'll bend over backwards.
100%.
They'll change the numbers for you. Like if you want to be able to sit there and get a fucking deal, and they're like, you know what, I've actually had in Donnelly them change the pad.
Oh wow.
And that never gets touched.
Yeah.
The pad never gets touched.
That's true.
And for anybody that doesn't know what the pad is, there's always money hidden in the back end.
Yeah.
That's why dealers never lose.
Yeah.
So, and you're like, yo, what the fuck are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lose my status with them. So they make you jam them. When I moved over to Tony Graham Toyota, I was with one of my, Cody's still my boy, Cody Arbuckle. And we went there together. He went over and he got me in. And then, anyways, there was a customer and then he made a joke. He's like, you want me to go close that for you, kid? I said, kid, bro, I'll put you in my fucking back pocket and sit on you. What are you talking about? I'm like, watch this. I'll be right back. I come back. I put him like 5K over MSRP.
Oh, wow.
That's shady Donnelly tactics.
Yeah.
I had the fucking owner come up to me after the next day in the conference room. She's like, if you think I'm just going to fire you, I'm going to fucking sue you so hard that your kids will feel it.
Oh, wow.
You think you're going to tarnish my father's name? You don't know what we stand here at Tony Graham? And I just thought it was normal cars. You know what I mean? This is how every dealer is. You know what I mean? But you're absolutely right. So Donnelly's special like Tony Graham because you don't have to lie.
So
you know what I mean?
If you've been car shopping,
shady place.
if you've been car shopping in the last couple of months, you'll notice that if there's a car in stock and you're not buying warranty rust or anything, you're not getting that car. You're just not.
I've seen that actually, right?
Yeah.
And they're not giving discounts, are they?
No, discounts you're not going to get anywhere. But if like, so there's stores that are charging $4,000, calling it a market adjustment. The first day that came out, the owner of the Donnelly Automotive Group, who is Mr. McKenna, Dan McKenna, called and said, this does not happen in my dealerships.
Good man.
Said, we've been in business for 30 years. Make your money. That's what we're here for. Profit's not a bad word.
No, absolutely not.
And let me tell you, we spent years making $200 on a new car and people don't believe it.
Yeah,
So,
people don't.
Yeah, we do make full price on a car and it ain't that much. Okay, on a Kia Forte, you're making $800
max
on a
fully
Sportage,
loaded.
You're making $2,200 on the top of the line.
People don't know that though.
People don't know that, and the overhead is ridiculous at a dealership.
100%, man. The square footage, the cost of operations.
Buddy, every time if I call a car wrong and it gets sent to the auction, I can't call the owner and be like, "You screwed me. Your car has a check engine light on now.
You're taking the whole out.
Taking the hit, and it's $4 or $5 grand. It's not $200. So it's people think the dealerships make $5-6 million a year. God no.
I know. Let me ask you this, since we're running out of time.
Yeah.
What would your advice to be to somebody that? Because you know what, you're very special, man.
Thank you very much.
You're an incredible human being, man. You know,
you.
Pleasure to, honestly, I'm very glad to know you, man. Honestly, it's a pleasure, bro.
Thank you.
And, you're an employee at a dealership and you're also an entrepreneur on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody, because obviously you were originally just an employee.
Yeah.
What advice would you give anybody that wants to transition into, employed to self-employed?
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's it. Just do it. Honestly, you put your head to something. Two pieces of advice I have for everybody. If you have a goal without a plan, it's a dream.
That's right.
It is not a goal. So you write your goal, you make a plan, and you follow it.
That's right.
And in today's world, if you're not making 100 grand,
it's tough.
It's tough. And what are you doing?
It's tough.
Because it's tough to survive on less than 100 grand.
Yeah.
But it's not hard to make 100 grand.
Yeah, that's right.
So if you work, you'll make 100 grand. but you got to work. Got to have a plan. A plan means your spouse has to be on board. You got to be willing to put in the hours.
No.
You got to be willing to spend the money. You got to be willing to make that investment in yourself, and you got to educate yourself. You know, like I can tomorrow be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to start a roofing company. You know,
what a nightmare.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I had 100 grand, I'm going to start a roofing company. Am I going to be successful? Fuck no. I've never put a nail in a wall.
I know. I had to come to your house multiple times.
Right? You know what I mean, though? Like, stay in your lane. Yeah. But if I really had a passion for it, I'm going to call you and I'm going to be like, listen, I want to learn this. And you're going to say, okay, come with me. Come on the job. Climb a roof. Hammer it. This is this, that. I'm going to do it for a couple. I'm going to educate myself.
That's right.
And then I'm going to branch out. So that's my advice, man. If I had to say, just fucking do it.
Like just Nike says, eh?
Yeah, man. Just fucking do it. Put your head in here and fucking do it.
I don't think people understand how powerful that is, man. Like, as an example, you know, a lot of these influencers, one thing they say is they talk a lot about the gym.
Yeah.
But to be honest, 100% in the end of the day, sure, if you show up anywhere in life and you're consistent and you're genuine about it and you're honorable about it,
100%.
You'll get it. Even like as an example, you go to the gym every goddamn day, 5 days a week, and you're eating right 100%. I've never seen anybody that did it 5 days a week and not, you know, get big. But the whole point is the discipline. The hardest part is just showing up.
Just do it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know who taught me that? You.
My boy.
Remember last summer?
Yeah.
You were like, just do it.
I was telling you, I was going to kick you in the ass, bro.
Remember?
I remember. Man. I still, because you know,
you were like, stop talking about it. Just fucking do it. I was going to do social media marketing.
That's right.
You were like, just fucking do it, man.
You know how I remember that?
Oh.
Because for some reason, I'm always the only one doing the house visits, bro. You still owe me a house visit.
You're not going to let that go, are you?
Never, man. Until your ass still hasn't showed up. You know what I mean?
I came here.
Bro, fuck that. You still haven't.
In 4 years, I'll visit the house.
You still haven't came to that goddamn house. You should see the basement. It's a shisha heaven, bro. Come hang out. You know what I mean? You
should see the backyard I built.
That's right. You got a smoking deal, and you guys did the fence too, right?
I did. We're gonna have some good shisha nights.
Fuck you. I'm never showing up at the shisha. Yeah, I ain't going nowhere near you, bro. You gotta fucking show up.
Okay,
first.
I will come.
This is corruption, man.
Okay, I will come.
Yeah, you better get your fucking ass there, man.
I will come, and you know what else you got to do? You got a guest on my Twitch channel.
I'm down.
We're gonna do. We'll do the next event I have to raise money is gonna involve you somehow. We'll figure it out.
You know what? If whatever that they match, whatever that we donate, whatever that we get for donation,
we raise, we'll match it.
We'll try to match it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. I'm in. We'll do it.
Let's do it, man.
I'll match it. And we'll match it together. Whatever they raise, we'll match it.
100%.
I'm in.
Listen, guys, if you come up with $100,000, no, you got to break the bank, but we're here.
At a maximum of $5.
This is going to be a big...
Read the fucking disclaimer.
A big disclaimer, boys. That's crazy.
Richy, it's a pleasure having me, man. Thank you very much.
I love you, man. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you for giving me a chance to be a part of this experience. Honestly,
man, I'm very glad you came. I'm excited.
Yeah. I would have dressed better. I wouldn't have had looked like Napoleon Dynamite with my cowlick.
That's my fault, bro.
Can we get a shot of the cowlick? I would have shaved. I would have shaved.
You know, it's funny enough. I still didn't realize a lot of people don't do video, right? So
you got to call it a vodcast, bro. So people know it's a video.
Hey, man, we're still here.
Just throwing that out there.
I'm definitely going to let them know for sure. I feel happy that I sabotaged your ass. You still owe me a visit.
You destroyed me.
That's okay, man.
It's okay, bro. You know what? It's the gift of laughing at yourself.
That's it, brother.
I'm still very good looking. So that's all that matters.
You know what? It's the glasses that do it to you. You know what I mean?
It is. It's the sex appeal.
That's it, brother. Like I said, I'll jump on that stream whenever we donate. Whenever they donate, we'll match it.
We'll match it together. I'm in.
That's it, man.
Cool.
Till next time.
Take care.
Yes.